ask me how my week was.
How was your week, Jian?
Well, since I last saw you, had some weird moments.
What kind of weird moments?
Oh, funny you should ask.
Uh-huh.
So after the show last week, so my little son, my adorable French Bulldog, Oogie.
I was just going to ask, you have a son?
No, yeah.
Some kind of love child?
No, my dog.
Yes,
my
your dog, yes.
Oogie.
Yes.
And Oogie comes with me everywhere. He comes to our studio. I mean, he's not in here right now because he might get mozahem inside the studio, but he comes to the Roqe offices everywhere I go.
He's
basically,
so well behaved.
Oogie has to come with me. It's single parentum. He comes with me everywhere. So last Thursday, do you know this story, Reza?
No, I don't.
Okay, so last Thursday, I mean, it's not that big a deal, but last Thursday we had a big show. We had the Shaknush de Parsipur, we had Hadi Qaimi, we had Cyrus Norste. It was a 3-hour show, and we had the letters, all that stuff. So we were here, as you guys remember, till 10, 11 o'clock, and we've been here since early in the morning. This is last Thursday. And so I'm exhausted. I'm going home. Oogie and I are going home exhausted, and I may have, I can neither confirm or deny, but I may have stopped at a fast food place on the way home.
Which one?
And gotten some pickup. Which one? It may rhyme with... I may have stopped at a Scottish restaurant on the way home.
Does it rhyme with Whack Donald's?
It does rhyme with yes.
That's
I may have stopped
the lowest point
at
in your
Mickey
life.
D's. I know it doesn't. I know. Listen, I mean, you can. So I buy my. Yeah, that's right. I've got some McDonald's.
You got your quarter pounder.
I got my and this. It's like midnight. I'm exhausted. All I can think is I'm gonna sit on my couch. Shamelessly eat this McDonald's. I probably have some. Khoresh de Kadu or something in the fridge that my mom has made me, or like I made earlier in the week. But I'm eating McDonald's. It's just that long. It's been that long a day, and and I just want to kind of catch up on the news of the day and eat, and then go to bed and get up early and come back here. Right. So as we get I get to my house and we get out and. Oogie, there's a lane next to my house where Oogie at night, I take him for his, so he can do his business, And usually, I mean, if it's at like around midnight, I don't really need to put him on a leash, as you say. He's a well-behaved dog. He's a couple years old, but he's already really, he's understands what, he's got a sense of decorum about him, little Oogie. So we go out in the lane, and before anything can happen, Oogie charges away from me. He starts running. He's seen something. And just as I see where he's going towards the end of the lane, in kind of like you'd see in a TV show or in a movie in slow motion, I'm screaming, no, and just then at the end of the lane, I see a giant skunk that Oogie is running towards. How do we say, Sage Siasefid?
No.
How do we say skunk in?
Rasoo, I think. Rasoo.
Rasoo, Boomide.
Yeah.
Rasoo.
The one that stinks.
So I see a Rasoo. A huge, it looked like a really big skunk, and I see Oogie.
Oh no!
Charging. By the way, Oogie, this little 30-pound French Bulldog, he runs after everything. He has no idea what he would ever do if he catches them, right? Like I don't know what he would do because he's not really that tough. Like he thinks he's tough. So, but he's running after this skunk. And just as I'm saying no, just as I see it and it's happening, it all happens like split second, he gets to the skunk and the skunk zaps him, sprays him. And Oogie recoils backward. Like he falls back and he's sort of trying to grab his eyes and he's rolling on the ground and the skunk runs away. And so then Oogie, and I'm like, no. And Oogie starts running back towards me. And then I start running away from Oogie, right?
God.
I don't want Oogie to catch me now. So then I run into the house and Oogie, I close the door really quickly and Oogie comes up and Oogie's like looking at me through the window, like, let me in. And his mouth is frothing and his eyes are bulging out and he's been, and I can smell through the door that the skunk, the Rasoo.
Yep.
Rasoo.
The smell of the Rasoo Sray, well, you love that word. Now, right?
I would not expect it to be Rasoo.
That's why I think Saga I was trying to think of what it's going to be, right?
So very French.
Sagaboo or something. Yeah. Okay, the Rasoo.
So what did you do?
I saw the Rasoo. It was beautiful. It's a cafe. I have a muffin and some Rasoo. Yeah, so the Rasoo, when a Rasoo first sprays the French Bulldog, it actually has a burning kind of smell. I don't know if you've ever smelled skunk.
I try not to.
Right when it happens, not in the aftermath.
Yeah.
Anyway, this has happened once before with Oogie. So I kind of knew what the next 2 hours were going to be for me. But I was so angry. Also, my McDonald's bag is sitting outside the door on the porch next to Oogie. So that's a write-off, because now he's covered
you
the
see
McDonald's.
That's how the universe works. You buy McDonald's.
That's right. This is what happens. So I was so upset. I went through this kind of I went through the complete history of Oogie, getting him as a baby. I'm like, why do I have this dog? It's midnight. I've worked for 12 hours. I just want to eat my McDonald's and go to bed. Now the Rasoo has attacked Oogie.
So you left him out there for 2 hours?
So no, I didn't leave. Well, that's not even an option because Oogie can't fend for himself. I can't, part of me was just like, I'm just going to leave him out all night. But, he'd be like, how do I this is a dog this is ostensibly a tough dog that eats a vet prescribed intestinal organic food. He's a luxury dog, right? He doesn't know what to do out there, So sure enough, after I get over my upset, and my recounting the decisions I've made in my life, like getting Oogie, I resign myself to the next 2. So I take off all my clothes because you have to be completely naked.
God. Tomato juice.
Fortunately, I had this huge bottle of tomato paste in the fridge, which was a really lousy tomato paste that I'd used a little bit of for a pasta, a month ago or something. And I'd actually been eyeing it for the last few weeks thinking, I got to throw that out. Why am I keeping that? Well, now I know why I was keeping it. So I mixed that with a bunch of water. I also got some vinegar, I sprang into action with it. But the indignity of, getting naked, scooping up Oogie, running, so that the boo of the Rasoo doesn't get it throughout the house, and then running to the shower, and then for the next half an hour covering Oogie and of course myself in tomato juice and then vinegar, and Oogie of course hates it. He's looking at me like, Dad, what happened to me with the Rasoo, and now I've got tomato juice. And then dogs, every moment that I can't hold him tight, he does the shake, the dog shake. So then tomato juice is everywhere. It looks like blood all over the shower. And
what a mess.
What a poetic end to your Thursday.
That's right.
Almost beautiful.
Yeah. And then I used his shampoo. Actually it worked. I got,
Tomato paste? Is that the
tomato juice? Yeah, tomato juice. But you rub it in, and then I used vinegar. It sounds horrible, but
it does.
But so is the skunk smell, right? Let me tell you, a Rasoo. So anyway, that's
not how it sounds. That's for sure.
The Saga Sefid. That was the last time you saw me, Kian.
Yeah.
That's what happened that night.
Wow, that is epic.
One can only wonder what will happen tonight.